This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Good morning and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Wednesday, April 6. In Squiz Kids Today, roll up your sleeves for the planet. The world's favourite smell. Fighting trolls on the internet and the owl who just wants to be on TV. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
An important report into the health of the planet was released yesterday, and the outcome was clear. It's time we all rolled up our sleeves to help the Earth. The report was from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC for short, which is a group of super smart climate scientists from countries all over the world who regularly get together to do a medical checkup on planet Earth. And their expert opinion is that while things are not great, we can all do our bit to turn things around and help Earth get healthy again. Changing what we eat so there's less meat in our diets. Changing the way we get around so that we're less reliant on petrol-guzzling vehicles. And changing the energy we use so that we're burning less fossil fuels, like coal, and drawing more of our energy from renewable sources like wind and solar, can all play their part in the Earth's recovery. The good news? While there's still a long way to go before the planet gets a clean bill of health, the report found that 36 countries around the world have successfully cut greenhouse gas emissions. And the cost of renewable energy has dropped significantly around the world too, making it more affordable for people to use. The other good news? Well, that would be you. Each one of you has a chance to make a small change that can make a big difference, which is just as well, as it's the only planet Earth we have. Come on, we've got this.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Sweden, where scientists have discovered that vanilla is the world's favourite smell. Researchers took 10 smells, from the really stinky to the really delicious, and presented them to 235 noses of people from 9 different cultures. The people came from all over the world, from busy mega cities in Thailand and Mexico to farmers who live in far-flung mountains in South America. The idea was to find out whether everyone around the world finds the same thing stinky and the same thing sweet-smelling. And it turns out they do. Smells and odours are a universal experience. The smell of vanilla came in as the most appealing odour to all participants, closely followed by the smell of peaches and the smell of lavender. The most unpleasant smells, according to the study, well, that would be the smell of sweaty feet and the smell of decaying fish. I have a teenage son, so you'll get no argument from me on the general awfulness of stinky feet. P.U.
Animal Kingdom.
This is the story of an owl in America who just wanted to be a TV star. A TV camera perched on top of a building belonging to a weather station in the US state of Montana has captured hilarious footage of an owl who quite clearly just wants to be on the telly. The owl spent a minute or so sticking its head up into the camera's live shot, pecking at the camera, clearly trying to work out what it was. The camera, which provides a live shot across the rooftops of Grand Falls in Montana, is used to having bugs and moths crawl across it, but this was the first time an owl had dropped by for a close-up. I wonder who it was looking for. Whoops, there goes the dad joke alarm. And yes, of course, there's a link to the video in today's episode notes. It's Wednesday, which means that Squizzy the Newshound is back in the studio. Now, usually he tells us about misinformation he's sniffed out online, but this week he's excited to tell us about a new sniffer system that's shutting down trolls who are abusing Aussie soccer stars. Okay, Squizzy, let's back it up. When we talk about a troll, We're not talking about the cute dolls from the movie, nor the ugly creatures that live under bridges in fairy tales. Instead, these trolls are people who deliberately post mean and offensive things online, and they are especially horrible to sports stars, posting racist, sexist, and other terrible things on their social media profiles. Up until now, tracking a troll and shutting them down has been next to impossible, but in a sporting world first, Australia's A-League soccer teams are using artificial intelligence software to stop trolls' comments from ever being seen by the players or their fans. Here's how it works. Artificial intelligence monitors the social media accounts of every A-League player and sniffs out offensive words, images, and emojis. That content is then blocked so that the player and the player's followers don't ever see it. The trolls still can, but they will have been stripped of an audience for their unkind and untrue words. There's the classroom companion Clarion, letting us know that in Squiz Kids for Schools today, your classroom resources will have you thinking more deeply about how online abuse might make sports stars feel, where the trolls would say the same things to people's faces, and will also get you working with hyperbole. That's the best thing ever! Not yet a Squiz Kids for Schools school? You can get a free 30-day trial of Squiz Kids for Schools through the link in your episode notes. A quick message now from our podcast partner, Woolworths Fresh Food Kids Discovery Tours. The Woolworths Fresh Food Kids Discovery Tour program is all about helping early learning centre kids and primary school kids, that's you, to discover where our fruit and veggies come from. It's a classroom experience with fun digital activities, designed with the help of smart foodie people, educators, nutritionists and a food scientist, to help kids learn about how food gets from the farm all the way to your fork. For the past 3 weeks, we've been strapping on our gumboots, visiting farmers from around the country. We visited Tommy, the citrus farmer from Victoria, Bridget, the avocado agronomist from Queensland, and today we're visiting South Australia to talk to farmer Marco about the process of growing potatoes. Stay listening at the end of the podcast to hear that chat. And teachers, if you're looking to bring the farming and sustainability world into your classroom, you can request a free classroom kit at woolworths.com.au/discovery tours.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What sort of animal took a fancy to a TV weather station camera in the United States? That's right, it was an owl. Question number 2. What's the name given to a person that anonymously posts nasty things on the internet? Yeah, that's right, they're called trolls. Question number 3. Which smell has been named the most popular in the world? Yeah, you got it, it's vanilla.
Shout-outs.
It's April 6, International Table Tennis Day, so ping pong to that. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Ethan from Craigburn, Evelyn from Brookfield, Joshy from Adelaide, and twins Spencer and Lewis from Mount Hawthorn. And a belated birthday wish goes to Bianca from New South Wales. And classroom shout-outs today go to Stage 3 at Concord West Public School with their teachers Mrs. Habuchi, Mrs. Sogotlu, Mrs. War and Mr. McFarlane. To Mr. Oravina in Grade 5 at Glendenning Public School, Miss Luongo's Year 2 Grevillea class from All Hallows Catholic Primary School in Sydney, and to all the students at St. Ignatius Catholic Primary School in Toowong. Finally, to Year 6 at Mountain View Adventist College in Doonside, and their teacher, Miss Tolte. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out. Hello and welcome to another Squiz Kids Farmer Q&A, brought to you by Woolworths Fresh Food Kids Discovery Tours. Joining me today is Farmer Marco. He's a third-generation potato grower from South Australia. Marco, welcome to Squiz Kids.
Thanks, great to be here.
So, Marco, tell me, how's the weather down there in South Australia today? Good conditions for potato growing, I hope?
Yeah, we've got beautiful weather down here in South Australia. It's warm, sunny, which all meet the perfect criteria for growing.
Excellent. Now, we asked our audience to send in any questions they might have about where potatoes come from, how they're grown, and how they eventually end up in their tummies. Are you ready to jump straight in?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, our first question comes from Xavier, who's 5 from Manly in Sydney.
My name's Xavier from Manly. How many potatoes do you grow on your farm?
Hey Xavier, we grow about 180,000 tonnes of potatoes each year. If you think about that, the average car weighs just over a tonne. We grow over 140,000 cars worth of potatoes.
That is remarkable. Another question here from Sean in Sydney.
Hi, my name is Sean. I'm 8. My question is, how do potatoes grow roots?
When we grow potatoes, we start by planting a baby potato. And with a little bit of water, they will start to shoot and grow roots. After about 3 months, the potatoes will be ready to harvest.
That's amazing. So they spend most of their life underground. So Archie from Canberra also has a question for you.
Hi, my name is Archie and I'm from Canberra. My question is, do you use any cool technology to help you harvest potatoes?
Hey Archie, we farm using GPS tractors. These are tractors that are pretty much driverless, so they rely on GPS technology to navigate through the fields.
What? So you've got tractors that don't have drivers harvesting potatoes? That is amazing.
Yeah, all on their own.
Well, Farmer Marco, that's been fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today, giving us a sneak peek inside the process of getting potatoes from your farm to our forks.
Cool, thank you.
Now, don't forget the Woolworths Fresh Food Kids Discovery Tour program is all about helping early learning centre kids and primary school kids, that's you, to discover where our fruit and veggies come from. Teachers, if you're looking to bring the farming and sustainability world into your classroom, you can request a free classroom